What's good, everybody? This is the one and only TQuest, and you are tuned into 10 Minutes with TQuest. You already know in my realm of being a personality and a host, you never know how much time you're going to have when it comes to interviews or conversation. You just have to always be ready, okay? And shout out to all the people who are tuned in live or watching on the streaming platforms after the fact. I just want to let you know that since we started the show, it's been super awesome, super fun. And we're going to keep this thing going for as long as we can, And today's guest is ready. So let's see what he can do with 10 minutes with T Quest.
10 minutes with TQuest. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Oh, you ready?
No, yeah, you know I'm ready. I'm
Okay,
ready. I'm straight ready.
okay.
Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go.
Here we go. All right. And let this clock start.
Oh, man. Oh, we got the clock going? Oh, snap.
Course.
Oh, man. Okay, okay.
It makes it easier. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? It does
Dope.
make it easier when you can actually see the clock.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because if people are like, well, how much more time do I have? But I ain't go from before we started. I did do one where there wasn't a clock because they just went a straight audio. I'm like, if you're doing straight audio, then you gotta be paying attention because you just never know. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So we're gonna start the clock and then we're gonna have some fun. Okay?
Let's go.
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I should do some push-ups while.
So for the people who don't know, let people know who you are and where you're checking in from.
Oh, man, I'm checking in from ATL, Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at right now. And my name is Ced Wynez, CEDWYNEZ. Not Ced Wynez, not Ced Waynes, Ced Wynez. Just like the wine, just put the S at the end. There you go.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now we've known each other for quite some years, and I've seen so many different elevations within you, so I wouldn't even know where to start. But there's one thing I've noticed about when you're commenting like on social media and stuff. What is this thing with you in Atlanta versus you with Miami?
well, it's definitely pros and cons with both, right? Because I'm from Miami and I've been in Atlanta for 15 years. So this is pretty much my residence right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely a lot of difference, especially with the culture, the demographic of people, geographically as well, and and the women. So it's definitely a difference. Some pros, some cons. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny because Miami and Atlanta do have a good relationship, far as like in the city, because a lot of people they'll move here from Miami, and a lot of people from Atlanta they'll move to Miami as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, and plus it goes back to music days where Luke and stuff like that. They kept the bass music going, even though Miami started it, but Atlanta has kept it going. And really, and a lot of people from Atlanta that was in the hip hop industry gave props to Miami, especially with the Atlanta bass music. So it's really dope. So we kind of got a good relationship, I see.
Absolutely. And speaking of music, we got introduced as you being a producer. So let me ask you this.
Yes.
Music was when you first started as like an artist and producer versus now working with artists. How has that been?
Man, now, I would say about a few years ago, I would say at least about a good 5 or 6 years ago, it was a little bit easier to work with artists because artists just want to just do music. Mm-hmm. Now, we in an era where that, whereas music, you got to do a little bit more as an artist. So now artists now I've seen on my experience, they kind of having a tough time transitioning into even producers as well. You know what I'm saying? Because now we just like, okay, well, you just can't make beats no more. You know what I mean? You got to do other stuff like podcasting and dancing and all and making content, right? All type of stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, well, the artist, got to do more. And it's just, and the artist is trying to have, they're having a little trouble adjusting to the era. That's all. But it'll get better.
Okay. Now there was this quick flash of you in the podcast world. What was going on during that moment?
I'm still in it. And I was part of a radio platform as well, kind of radio and podcasting, whatever. And that was an experience I enjoyed. And I kind of just fell into it, dealing with, I was with some in my previous relationship. She was like more into the podcasting. So I kind of piggyback off her a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And everything like that to get used to get my footing. Then next thing you know, people were saying, hey man, you might want to try this out and see what's up. So it took a little while to adjust because I'm not a talker. I know that's kind of hard to believe, but I just say, let me go ahead and give this thing a try, and it's kind of new to me, and quite a few people say, hey man, I think you should keep going. So you know what I'm doing? I'm gonna keep going and see how all is gonna go.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You're one of those type of people, you're not a talker, but you'll talk when it's time to talk. You know what I
that's
mean? And speaking of
that's
that,
fact.
hashtag I said what I
What
said.
I
I
said, what I
love
said.
that hashtag. Why did you start that?
Man, I had it for 3.5 years. And I just never did anything to it. So with it, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to. So I said, you know what? After my breakup with my previous relationship, after that, that's kind of the start of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I already had the channel for years. I just ain't do nothing with it. So I said, you know what? Let me do some of the real, audio. Just audio and just talk about my life and what I'm going through and my experience and everything like that. And I said what I said. You don't like it, what I'm saying, kick rocks. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I said what I said. So that's how I started. It started off me talk about my life a little bit, talking about my trials and tribulations, things I did wrong, things I did right, things I did and didn't do, and stuff like that. And then
Yeah.
it started getting to the motivational a little bit. And I seen that kind of was getting some traction and everything. I said, okay, let me kind of keep this going. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, so and like you and other people that say, hey man, I like the title. I said what I said. So I just use my name since it said it
Mm-hmm.
makes just made sense.
Absolutely. And speaking of using it for like motivation and everything, right? One thing I've noticed about you, which I do like, is like you kind of militant with your motivation. You like one of those tough love type of people. Because I
Mm-hmm.
noticed during like your weight journey that I saw, you was like, look, I was you one day. I'm no longer that way. And so you don't got no excuse if I did what I had to do. Now you got to do what you got to do. And I'm just like, God damn. Well, tell us how you really feel.
Well, that's a fact, and it's funny you said military. Cause my son, shout out my son, he's in the military. You know what I mean? So he already kind of got the militant already. So he's been in about a good year. So shout out to my
Mhm.
son Dedrick. Salute to you, bro. You know what I mean? But man, yeah, because what's funny, because on my weight journey and everything like that. The reason why I got kind of like, I would say, kind of unapologetic a little bit, because I wish that somebody would have pulled me to the side. Hey, listen, man, dog, you effing up. You're
Mhm.
not doing good. You doing this, and, and this and that third. And nobody was able to. Nobody haven't done that. Nobody really in
Mhm.
my life hasn't done it. I don't know reason they were scared to do it, or they didn't feel like they needed to do it. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So and it's like I didn't have that. I didn't have that second accountability in my ear. Like I told my brother, I said I didn't have that voice of reason in my ear.
Mhm.
They say, hey, Ced, man, you're not doing right. So now it's like, you know what? I want to, I'm gonna become the person that, hey, bro, you ain't doing right. You got to pick up the pieces, but also
Absolutely.
start with me, because I got to show it as well. I got to show that, hey, I'm, what I'm saying, that I'm not just talking. I'm walking the path as well.
Mhm. Absolutely. And I love that you broke that down because people got to realize I'm not always looking for someone's opinion. Well, there's nothing wrong with a little guidance. And sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need motivation. Sometimes you need a little push. Some people feel like, well, it's your life. It's your business. You're an adult. Do what you got to do. But sometimes just having that one conversation can actually spark something in someone. So I'm glad that you just showing people like, look, even if you don't have that person, you can be your own person.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? And you definitely showed it. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I want to jump back really quickly back to when it comes to, I don't understand we were talking about you being a producer, but you're actually an artist too. And I love that when it comes to your artistry, you are proud of if you make $1 or $1,000,
Oh yes. Oh yes.
you're appreciative no matter what. And you always stay authentically yourself when it comes to the type of music that you create.
Yeah, and that's very important. And again, it goes back to showing artists that, hey, it's something. It's something. If you make one, I go by the saying: if you make $1, welcome to the music business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And be grateful for the dollar that you made. I don't care if it's come from the publishing side. I don't care if somebody brought your music. I don't care if somebody streamed your music. Be grateful for the dollar that you made. And then once you make that dollar, then okay, cool. How did I make this dollar? And how can I repeat the same thing so I can make $3? So I can make
Mm-hmm.
seven. So I done made $1. I done made 17. I done made 1,700. I done made $3,000 on my music. You know what I'm saying? And a little more than that. But I'm always grateful for how much money I make. I don't care if it's $1 or 17. I think my BMI last check was like $17 and some change. I was grateful for that, like $17.32. I was
Mm-hmm.
happy as hell. I said, shoot, man, well, I could do it at $17. All right, cool. I can buy a little Facebook ad and maybe use the rest and go on Temu and buy me something. I ain't got no shame in my game, you know what I mean? So, hey, look, I brought this off of Temu, you know what I'm saying? So,
There it is.
I'm telling you, you know what I mean? So, hey, I always look and say, what do you got on Temu? Let me go in here and buy some, you know what I mean? So,
Absolutely.
I'm grateful for any amount of money I make, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I definitely appreciate that, because sometimes people just need to humble themselves. And some artists nowadays, they've never even made their first cent. You know what I'm saying? But we are down to the last minute. So I just want you to take the time to remind the people who you are and what you do and what you got coming up and whatever you want them to know about you.
Yeah, man, that went by kind of quick. Oh my goodness. Okay, so listen, follow me. I am Ced Wynez. It's IMCEDWYNEZ. Follow them. I got 3 pages you can follow. Beats by Ced, that's my beat page. And I said what I said. Follow that. Watch my journey. You know what I'm saying, on my weight loss and in the gym. And you can see my sons. They're in the gym and they working out as well. So just go to their pages and pick up some motivation. You know what I mean? And go to my official website at cedwynez.com. That's my official website. And I really appreciate y'all, man.
Absolutely. Well, you did it. And with time to spare. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you.
10 minutes with TQuest. It's not as bad as you think. It does go by very quickly.
Yes. God, man.
We got a lot of information.
No, we got to get like 30 minutes next time.
Oh my God. So how did that feel?
Oh, it was good. It was great. Man, that was a lot. In 10 minutes? Man, yes. I didn't realize like how fast it go and then how much you can get out and about in good 10 minutes.
Yes. And you know how you get so much information out is because I see you and I watch you and I study you and I learn you. And I'm actually an authentic fan of what you do. So I'm paying attention, what makes it easier to ask certain questions, you know?
Hey, I really appreciate it. Got more to come. Still working on myself. I ain't there yet. I'm always learning. I'm willing to learn. And, I'm 42. Hey, I'm a student. So I don't care if you're 21, 41, 51. If you got something I can, take with me into my life, hey, I'm with it. I'm all ears. Trust me. I'm all ears. And send me your music too. Any artists, send me the music. I listen to you. I listen to music. I ain't one of these people that don't listen to nobody's music. Send me your music. People in the music industry talking about, I ain't got no time to listen to no music. That's like a chef saying I ain't got no time to eat. They're like, what is you, what? Send me your music, artist, all right? Send me your music.
You know what's so funny about that? I know you guys, we said it 10 minutes. 10 minutes is done, but Ced is like a special person. This is the bloopers behind the scenes, okay? So let's just
I know. Yeah, you can see it's for the bloopers.
I mentioned what you said about people listening to music the other day when I had a conversation with someone, because like I said, I pay attention to you. Nice. I'm like, but it's very accurate. It's just like the game is so messed up, especially on the independent level. It's just like all this music, well, I don't have time to listen to it, or you have to pay me to listen to it. I'm just like, it's crazy. It's crazy all the way around.
I listen. I done been on panels. I've been to panels, been on panels, talked to different DJs, talked to different producers, engineers, and the amount of people in the music industry says, I don't have time to listen to music. Mm-hmm. You in the music industry, how you don't have time to listen to the product in the industry that you're in? I just don't get. It's like a football player or somebody in the NFL say, "Hey man, I don't have no time to watch film." What? You in the NFL? What you mean you don't watch? I know football players that go to high school games. Mm-hmm. It just go enjoy the game because they love the sport. So how in the hell you are in the listen, DJs, all you guys, and some of y'all have said this. How in the hell you in the music industry and don't listen to music? Mm-hmm. I want y'all to tell me this. How you don't have? I find time every Sunday from 4 to 6. I listen to independent music. 2 hours. Mm-hmm. 2 hours. Sometimes they send me some stuff. Sometimes they don't. I just go. I go online and find an artist. I go on Instagram and say, okay, cool. Ooh, I'm gonna listen to who I'm gonna listen to. Might be 3. It might be 33 artists I might listen to.
Absolutely. I get that, and I respect. You're right. Send some of your music, not all your music. Now, one thing I do, because we talk with different artists and stuff all the time. I'm just like, you want to be very mindful of how you send your music, because a lot of people
Yeah,
in the music, they're a bunch of douchebags. And if
that's
you
a
don't
fact.
send it properly, they're not listening. If you don't do this, they're not doing it. Don't give them a reason not to listen to your music, because like you said, half of them don't even want to listen to the music, which makes no sense. But I tell people, I'm going to get to, if I don't get to it in that moment, it's because I have so much music to get to. But
Yeah,
I tell you, I'm going to get you it. I don't need you in my inbox every day. Just listen to it. Just listen to it. Because after a while, I'm not going to listen to it. I'm just like,
that
you just have to be patient and realize I get a lot of music, and I don't always get to it in my window, because I have a window as well, because I have to program the radio stations.
right.
But I think it's really crazy. But that separates us from the rest of them. That's why a lot of people have a lot of respect for you, have a lot of respect for what we do, is because they know we're authentic. And a lot of them is just, it's just foolery. It just
Yeah,
makes no sense.
exactly. And I know like right, and I know you and you know what I'm saying, and you get a lot of music, so you got to get to it whenever you can get to it, because there's a lot of music plus other things are going on. So
Yeah.
definitely, I definitely 100% agree. They got to, any artist or any producer, just be respectful, be patient, and when you send in, people like TQuest, your music and everything like that, be patient, please, be patient. You know what I'm saying? And because and be respectful as well. Hey, introduce yourself. Hey, my name is such and such. I'm an artist out here and whatever, wherever. Here's my single I just put out, or here's my single I'm thinking about putting out. Can you listen to it whenever you get a chance? And be patient. It might be sometimes I don't get the music till 2 months later. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You know what I mean? And me, I know somebody say if you send it untagged, you might go unheard. I mean, that's true. There's certain people, but I'm not like that. I don't care if it's not mixed and mastered. I will listen to it. I mean, and I understand with DJs and stuff, yeah, have your song mixed and mastered, you know what I mean, and do all the proper things you need to do. But me personally, as me, if artists hit me up respectfully, whatever, hey, the song not mixed, whatever, all right, cool, send it to me. I'll listen to it. I ain't finna judge you.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not finna,
cool.
you know,
But like what Nino just said, he said, if it's not tagged properly, because if you send me music and it's unknown, and I'm like, I don't know who you are, I don't know who it belongs to.
facts.
If I like it, it just gets lost in the shuffle, and that's where the business side of thing comes into play. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can't be so lenient, because society is making it seem like it's so easy to be in the music industry. But at the same time, if you really want me to hear your stuff and remember your stuff, like Nino just wrote in the comment, I'm like, you kind of got to tag it properly,
Facts.
so I
Facts.
know who you
Well,
are.
Well, yeah, with you, T Quest and Nito Brown and things, like, yeah, tag your music, because you guys got a platform. I don't have necessarily a platform that I listen to music. I listen to it as a joy of it, of listening to different artists, and I make contact and say, hey man, the song is dope, whatever. But you guys got a platform, so definitely artists, they got a well run platform. Nino Brown is a well respected DJ. Listen, make sure you do go through the proper channels sending your music. Tag it, uh, do whatever you need to got to do before you send the music. Just don't send that music all willy nilly. You know what I'm saying? Me, yeah, I might be okay with it, because I don't have a platform as of yet. Where you need to do all that. But you send this to someone like TQuest, please do it properly. Definitely,
Absolutely.
please, or
Yeah.
your shit will go unheard. This ain't tag. Forget this. You know what I mean?
And it's crazy. I just feel like I don't know who this is, and we can talk like a whole thing. We're gonna do a whole business forum and talk about a lot of stuff, because I do want to put another one together. We did it with the DJs, and I want to
Nice.
do it with producers and artists, because it's a lot to it.
It's a lot.
There's definitely a lot to it, and you'll be
Man,
so
it's a
great
lot.
on the platform,
Right.
because the industry is sometimes in an uncomfortable place, and we just got to remind people, like, look, just take a few more steps, just get right back on track. Mainstream is mainstream, independent is independent. Like, you still can do it. Like, people are like, well, mainstream is this and that. I'm like, why y'all so focused on mainstream? It's so much independent greatness out here. Like,
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah. Yeah, it just it's mainstream. It get pushed more. That's where the dollars is at for the most part. So I get it, but definitely, yeah, I've ran across a lot of dope independent artists that's doing well, and some of them are not doing that well, but it's still dope. And I run it quite a bit. I'm like, man, what are you doing with this? What are you doing? Well, I'm trying to, a lot of artists understand they don't even have a plan. You know what I'm saying? They just do. You're like. Yeah, man, I just recorded this, and I said, oh, this sounds pretty good. What you gonna do with it, man? I don't know. I just don't know. You just went in the studio, just did it. Okay, cool. All right.
yes. Yes, it is. It's someone of I know had great music, and then once I started talking about like the business side of it, they got scared, they got nervous because they wasn't ready for it. And someone literally
Mm,
told me, like, you know what? I heard what you said, and I went through everything, and I'm just gonna just do stuff locally, and I'm just like, everything is not for everybody,
that's
you
a
know.
fact. Yeah, like yeah, and me personally, I'm not gonna get out there and perform unless I have to. Like I'm not gonna be the performer on the performer side. Me, I'm
Yeah,
just more on the recording. I'm a really a bona fide recording artist. Put me in the studio and I'm gonna make the music, put it out online and stuff, and then I'm gonna try to use that music to get it in placement and sync and stuff like that. But me, I'm not getting on stage. Even though I know I probably can outperform a lot of artists. I'm in good shape. But I'm not getting on nobody's stage. You're not gonna see Ced Wynez no time soon on nobody's stage.
oh my god, that is so funny because people always ask me about like music and doing music, and I'm just like, look, music is timeless, so I can go back to it whenever I want to. But it was a time in my life where I really had to focus on other things and priorities and get the business stuff together before going back to being like an artist. But at the same time, I'm always ready.
Right, right,
But I'm
right.
not seeking a stage if I'm there as like a judge or in a panel or just to support. Depending on what the situation is, they be like, "Yo, Quest, you want to do this?" I'm just like, "I stay ready. What up?" But I'm not seeking a stage, if that makes sense. I'm
No, that
not
makes sense.
going out
I'm with you. I'm
looking
with you.
for it.
I'm not sinking nobody's stage. Trust me.
Mm-mm.
I'm not. Man said when come out to perform, nope. I'm gonna come to support. I come to support your event, but I'm not performing. No, I'm not performing. Man,
Man,
no,
I
no,
ain't got
no,
time
no,
for
no.
it.
I'm not
I
performing.
don't
I'm
have
good.
time for
I'm
that.
I'm I'm good. I'm good.
Absolutely.
Say that for you young people out there.
Facts. But
Tell me.
I don't want to spoil you on this thing because some people are like, we saw it and he got more than 10 minutes and
Right, right, right. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is gonna be for the blooper mills, hopefully in the background. You know what I'm saying? So she did cut off at the 10 now.
did. I
She
did.
did cut
Now
off
we
at the 10.
just talking.
It
But
just talking. You know what I'm saying?
for all the
But
ones so they won't feel extra. Go ahead. You can say your last
no,
word.
I was saying I really appreciate you. Man, listen, you don't update your app. I was like, oh man, she don't update the app. Man, I was going through the app. I was like, oh wow, this is so dope. And I said, man, she got only damn radio stations on here. Well, wait a minute.
I know.
I was
I
like, wait a minute, I don't know which one to go through. So I started listening. So I was at work. I started listening to art, like the R&B part, and I was like,
mm-hmm.
okay, some dope music on here. So I ran into some dope some dope independent artists on there. So it was
There
pretty
it
cool.
is.
You're
There
cool,
it
man.
is.
So make sure y'all download that TQuest app, man. Get it
Woo!
at Apple. You got your iPhones for iPhone. It's
You
for
owe me
Android.
that.
BlackBerry, if you still got one.
Oh my gosh. Remember
got,
that with the pen? Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
You got that BlackBerry, and you get on the BlackBerry too, Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all get that app, man. Make sure you get that app. Hold on. See, hold on. Before we go, I gotta show. There it is, right there. There you go, right
Yay!
there. There you go, right there. Get that TQuest app now. I got mine. Get yours.
Yes,
Goddamn
get
it.
that app. Oh my god. It's so funny you mentioned the app because it's time to renew yet again, literally on Friday. And I always try to think of new ways to revamp it for the people and for the fans. And you just
That's
got
what's
me
up.
excited to really buckle down to get the new revamp on. So I appreciate you and
Nah,
all of that.
definitely do it because when I got yours, I was like, you know what, I got to get mine back. You know what I'm
I
saying? So
remember you had yours. I remember.
yeah, yeah. I just didn't know what to do. I just didn't know how to promote it and market it. Now I got an idea. I said, okay, cool. Now I got a plan. So I'm I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna be good by January. I'll be good. I'll be straight.
Absolutely. So I'm getting the cue from my producers behind the scenes to wrap it up. I see some messages already
My bad,
listening
y'all.
about the
My
whole
bad,
thing.
y'all.
I know it's my fault too because I let it ride. But you stick around. But thank you, everyone. Appreciate you. And of course, I appreciate you, Ced Wynez, for being here on 10 Minutes.